Okay, I'm back up live. Uh, Looks like this is streaming. Um, yeah, I can see that. Yes, I'm live now on YouTube. Uh, Let me just post a message to my friends to check if they can see my screen and if they can kind of chat with me so that I know that they are able to. Okay, so let's see what's happening. People are saying I'm not live, they can't see me. I really don't know why they are not able to see me. This is going live, internet can totally see you. Let Just give me a minute. I'm getting messages that they're not getting any notifications, but YouTube is saying I'm live. So I will wait until a few people join. Uh, I'm really not sure what's going wrong. As far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty much live. Okay, for a strange reason, I'm not able to get my subscribers to see my stream. I can see that there is one person who's right now watching. Uh, so let me try and see what is happening. Just waiting for a few people to confirm that they can see me. I am live, but people are saying I'm not live. I I hope on live. Just try to quickly check with my friends. I missed an opportunity in Biocon, by the way. Okay, I can see at least three people viewing. Uh, so let me see if my stream is going. Stop streaming. Recording stream seems to be working fine. Let me go back to live streaming options and make this public. Okay. Okay, Bharti is able to see one of my friends, so which is good to know. So let's quickly look at it as I'm trying to stream. Sorry for some of the background noise. I live in an apartment, so there will be some background noise which you'll hear early in the day. Sorry for that. Uh, but as what I'm seeing a 30-minute chart. I'll probably switch this to 5 minutes. Much easier to trade. I can see a big rejection which has happened on Biocon. Um, so it's not moving above this particular level from quite some time. Let's see if it is going to be a breakout, or if that level is going to be a rejection. Usually at this point in time, between 9:45 to 10, I do see a consistent rally in Biocon, which has kind of happened. You can see 9:50 to 10 o'clock. It usually rallies. So we are seeing 9:45 to 10. There is a small rally from 6:22 to 6:27, 6:29. It's got a rejection today, so it gave good 1% move. I was able to trade, but unfortunately the live feed didn't work for a strange reason that I have kept the setting as uh, I've kept the setting as private on the stream, and people couldn't watch me. So all right, so let's see if we can get any more entries. I will try to pick up a trade. I trade on my phone, so I will probably log into the website once the trade is completed, so that you can see the trade which has got executed. I had a few positionals, so I couldn't take any big trades today, but Biocon did give a good move. It was taking very strong support at around 622. It does make a good 1% move usually, so I took a bet and I've made an entry and I've got out. But I'm just seeing that these levels are acting as a quite strong rejection. It's not moving, so I'm also watching Nifty in terms of what's happening to Nifty. Nifty is kind of recovering from the fall it has had. It's not crossed 1830. Pretty choppy day. It started falling, so some of the stocks have given a good downside move. A few stocks which have been otherwise would have kind of moved up, except the oil stocks and some airline stocks because of crude oil prices which went down. Rest of them have kind of moved down start of the day. Reliance is another stock which I trade regularly, Reliance Capital. So this is also a stock which had a strong resistance at around 422 level. So I see that this is moved up the first 15-30 minutes, which is usually the time I avoid trading. So at those levels, when we kind of see these rejections and it does retrace, so this point would be a great point to give a go for a short, given that the market was falling at that point in time. Your stop loss is pretty small, at around 1 rupee 50 paisa. You can actually keep a stop loss and you can short, and you can try to book your 1.5% profit if you're able to catch that kind of a move. Reliance Capital is kind of a stock which moves with Nifty. So even before it could come and test the level which I had marked, between 418 417, there is a huge pin bar it has got created and it started moving up. So which is a very clear evidence that Nifty also started kind of pulling back at around 9:45, which is the same time for Reliance Capital. So that's one way to trade. We can see Biocon very clearly hitting the rejection at that point. So let's see what is going to happen to Biocon on the next candle. Is it going to move up with Nifty, or it's gonna come down? So looks like it's gonna come down. So if anyone is going to take a short position in Biocon, let me open Nifty so that I can. I'm just trying to log into my account. I'll stay on mute for some time so that I can avoid the background noise. We are seeing Biocon, which seems to have a very strong rejection at around 627.3. So let's see how this is going to react. This might come down as well. Okay, Lokesh, here the levels for Nifty. Yesterday, I think it had a strong pullback around 10,756. Today, it's holding 10,780 level. It's kind of not falling down below that. So let's see how Biocon is looking right now. Uh, Nifty is kind of flat. Uh, Same goes with Biocon. Reliance Capital has moved above the resistance levels which I have marked. Uh, but however, there is a resistance which it's kind of hit at around 424. So we can see if this is going to test or break that level, or is it going to move up. So we'll watch. There is no strong movement in the market today. This has given a very good movement as we were watching. It created a pin bar and then there was a good big spike. This has moved up. So seems to be bullish from yesterday. With the current market condition, I'm not really hoping Cap will cross the 424 mark. Nifty is not really strong today. It's pretty volatile and you know kind of flat. I'm expecting it to be a very flat day. We might not get real good stocks unless we are kind of hitting some scanners where we can see some moving stocks and pick up trades in them. Okay, Cap has broken the resistance, so this is a good candidate. Uh, Moving up in a market which is flat is a surprising move. Is something which is significantly happening. So would have technically gone long here. I was not watching this. This is moved up a bit, so I would want to wait and really see how far this has a strength, given that I've already missed the opportunity to go long here. Now going long would be a very big stop loss for me. Not really a big one, but yeah, I would probably have to keep a stop loss below 422 to be safer, because on a flat day, this kind of a spike is very surprising. After it created a pin bar, it is significantly moving up. So an ideal situation was somewhere over here for me to enter with stop loss right below here, because the market started retracing. Now that I'm pretty late, I can only look at short side if it falls as a rejection, or wait to really see, because market is not really bullish. So I'm really not sure how long this will sustain. A lot of rejections at this level, so I would rather wait, because it's not too far away from the thing and it might create a rejection. Nifty has recovered, so yeah, the rally seems to have happened with Nifty. Nifty kind of gone up to 807. So let's see if this is going to hold these levels. Biocon short seems to be safe. It never moved above this level, so anyone who shorted around 626.7, you're sorry, at around 627, not even 627.7, it's 2626.7. So if anyone has shorted anywhere over here at around 626, you can pretty much stay in the trade. Your stop loss would be right above the zone, because it's not even going close. Not expecting market to hold these prices for a very long period of time. So let's see how it goes. It's a very slow sideways movement today. Not much of excitement. So if this is going to break these levels, it might come down to test 622. So need to be patient. Uh, if you have entered the trade, you might be in about 50 paisa, 60 paisa kind of profits. I think the best day for petroleum stocks, Nifty, is really dead or flat. There seems to be no volume today in the market for a Monday, which is very surprising, except some of the IOCs and petroleum stocks. I see Star is flying away today. I was trading this last week. I didn't look at it today, but seems to be a great stock of recent time. A lot of people whom I trade with every day are making very good money on Star. Uh, like look at Star, what's happening? Because anyway, none of these stocks are really moving. Uh, Nifty seems to be kind of slow today. Oh, nice. Seems to have broken all the levels and it's moving up. Market is not impacting. Star seems to be on a very nice uptrend, significant buying, and the uptrend is continuing. Star has a major supply at these levels. The kind of rally Star is showing on a longer time frame chart, there's a very good chance that this might move a lot more today. Let's see what happened to our entry in Biocon. Did Biocon come down? It's just hanging right there. Yeah, this might be an either side breakout, so we need to hold with patience. Yeah, as expected, Reliance Capital didn't sustain the level. We could have taken a risky shot here with a stop loss of 427, but yeah, I mean, you never know how the market is going to really react on a choppy day. It is very difficult because the movements are very flat. Uh, this might come down to around 420 to 50 and take support. And there you go, Biocon at last trying to kind of come down and uh, find the level, though Nifty is kind of pulling up. There's huge amount of selling pressure from quite some time. It was hanging on to a price level. So this is the kind of rejections which I keep talking about. When you find a big rejection at a certain price, you can short anywhere close by, keep a stop loss right above the price, and you can hold. I mean, if you have taken an entry at around 626 or above, this move uh, gave about a 0.5% return. So for a stop loss of 1 rupee, if you are making about 3 rupees in intraday, if you go with the right kind of sizing, it's a good profit, depending on how many stocks you are buying. Even if you have bought 50 stocks, it's a good 150 rupees kind of profit if you have made about 3 rupees. So it all depends on how you short and how much you short. Sometimes the float on a stock is very small when the market is not really making any significant moves. So some stocks take time to react, some stocks react very quickly. So this took some time to react, but eventually it fell. So this is how I trade. This is pretty slow, not too much of momentum. Sometimes the movements are very quick, like one of the entries which I took here till here, it gave a very quick move. And the next entry, as I was discussing, that we can take a short anywhere over here, going for a stop loss of about one rupee 50 paise kind of a thing. Uh, you can very clearly see there is no volume in Nifty. The size of candles are very small. There's no significant movement which is happening in the market. Not too many buyers. A lot of issues going on. Trade war. Um, trade deficit. Too much of import-export stuff which is going wrong. There's nothing great in terms of economics which is happening around us. So not really a great time to be trading and finding stocks. But yes, the petroleum stocks really are flying today. If people are looking at oil, the crude oil prices have come down. So petroleum stocks are flying today. So if anyone is looking at BPCL, oil, all these stocks are really moving great guns. So you can stick to those stocks because they will move against the index because of the sentiment. Even if the index is flat or even if the index is kind of coming down, these stocks might really fly high because of the crude prices coming down. Okay, this is a time for us to kind of book some partial profit. So if you're in Biocon from 626, this is kind of moved a good three and a half rupees from the place where we have shorted. So you can, uh, technically book partial profits at this point in time and trail your stop loss. Ideally, I would trail my stop loss to cost or a little below. So if you're trailing, you can probably cover some profits or cover your brokerage and trail your stop loss. Maybe 625 is a great place for you to trail your stop loss on Biocon, and you can continue to hold or wait for it to go down a bit more through the day. If Nifty is not going to retrace anymore, you can expect Biocon to go down. You can trail at 625 and kind of stay at peace. You book partial, and that's a good way to do. If anything more, you get more. Else, you can actually book out. Okay, Biocon is in the zone, so uh, you can start looking at um, booking your profit. We kind of shorted it around 626 approximately, uh, close to a percent move at this point in time. So if you want to book a little more partial, you can. There seems to be good amount of demand at this particular price level. So if you are wanting to stay in the trade for a longer period, you want to kind of wait and see if this is going to fall more. You can trail your stop loss now, maybe right on top of this candle wick, the current candle wick, which is close to around 624. You can keep your stop loss there, and you can hold it for the rest of the day. Or if you wish to kind of close this trade and say, I've got good 0.75 to 1%, you know kind of a move in about uh, half an hour, maybe, since we are probably doing this. So I think a great trade for a choppy day, if you're able to find a stock which could move you know, from the same price and give you about 0.75 about 1.5% kind of return. uh, it's a great thing. So as expected, there is good amount of demand at that particular level. So you can see Biocon is pulling back up, creating a big wick. So you can continue to hold because this is creating a strong downtrend. If Nifty cracks through the day, falls a bit more, you can probably see Biocon coming down all the way to 618 levels where the next set of supply is. But if Nifty holds and or stays flat, Biocon might just stay flat at this price. So this is also a way a lot of people explain how stop loss hunting happens. It exactly comes and kind of hits your price if you've bought and if you've kept a stop loss right at that place. So you need to be exactly knowing when you're going long, what is the market sentiment. When you're going short, what is the market sentiment. Very choppy day, no trend at all today, but yeah, I mean, if you're able to get this kind of a move on a given day, and even if you're able to make about 400 $500 or maybe $1,000, depending on the kind of sizing you've gone with, the kind of risk what you have taken. If you have shorted about 500 stocks for a risk of 700 rupees or 800 rupees, you have made a decent amount for today. This is moved down pretty much from about 626 as what we are watching to about 622. So that is good 4 piece move, which is around $2,000 if you have made that kind of a profit. If you are trailing your stop loss, you can see the supply, huge doji pin bar kind of a candle. It's very kind of evident when this kind of a candle appears, in the zone where you know that there is very strong supply here. Market has respected this price. This is a zone where buyers are sitting. So the moment kind of stock comes over here, it kicks back up. You'll see a long wick, and you can see the wick is from almost 621.35 all the way up to 622.7. So this is like a huge pullback, and you can be sure that it's gonna move up. I mean, that's the reason I said that even if you're trading your stop loss, you'll have to probably trade your stop loss right here at around 623.8 or max at around 624. If this is going to continue to be a downtrend, and if the market is really crashing badly on a given day, you can expect this to come down as much as 618. But otherwise, with the kind of strength which it is shown and kind of price it is kind of pushing back, unless we start seeing large red candle bodies kind of coming close to this zone, you can expect that the zone will be respected and Biocon will try to, you know, kind of fight, and people who are sitting here will try to protect their price and push it up. So this is how we trade. Not too many indicators. In fact, none of them. We are just looking at how the market is behaving and what levels you should be buying and what levels you should be selling. So this is a market which is kind of trending up, but Biocon came down, tested where the demand is, and now it has started moving up. If the index starts if the index continues to move up till where index will find a supply, or if it breaks up, you can expect Biocon to again move back up and test around 627. So this is how it works. Trade safe. You're putting in your hard-earned money. Keep your stop losses, manage your risk, have a plan in terms of what you want to do in a given day. Make sure that you track your profits and losses, and make sure that you stay green. End of the day, what matters the most is not how much I make, but end of the day, what matters is how much you make, how much is hitting your P&L, how much is hitting your bank account, and how much is your trade safe in terms of your stop losses, in terms of your risks. As a day trader, one of the key or the most important thing is to have a have a mindset in terms of what you want to do, how is the market behaving, what is happening around, you know, based on that you will be in a much better mindset to understand how to trade, when to trade, what are those things which you can buy, and what are those things which you can actually sell. So it'll give you a fair idea of how trading works. We saw live trade today. Uh, it was great to be on YouTube and share my thoughts live in terms of taking a trade. Biocon was just an example. We can look at any stock this way, and we can look at what price levels are respected, what's happening in the market, and based on that we can take decisions and make profits. So trade safe, keep your stop losses tight, make sure that your losses are lesser or nil, and make sure that you stay green. We'll come back live if I find anything interesting. For now, it was great being online. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.